What's up everybody, Karo Taku here, and today I'm here with a deck profile. This is going to be a Jewel Knight deck profile. Got some Asuna sleeves to, show the, never mind. Anyway, so Jewel Knights is probably like one of my favorite decks to use right now, and it's doing pretty well. Of course, it's not as good as some of the other decks out there, but this deck can match up with them, and up to a certain extent, of course. Depends on how good the player you're playing against is. So yeah, let's hop right into the deck profile. So for the starting Vanguard, we use Tiffany. She's the new Jewel Knight starting Vanguard, or she's like the only Jewel Knight starting Vanguard, I guess. Her effect is you can move this card into Soul, and then you can choose 2 Jewel Knights, and they get plus 3k power. So she's basically a Margle on steroids. She can help you late game to push to set up your your rear guard columns to be 20k plus, which is very useful, and it can be quite dangerous. So yeah, I run her as the starting Vanguard. For grade 3s, I run 3 Salome. I finally completed all 3 SPs. Don't know if you can see it. Yeah, but they're all SP. Yay, SP Salomes. So yeah, I run 3 of her. For those of you who don't know her effect, it's Limit Break 4. When there are 4 more Jewel Knights on the field, she gets plus 2,000 power and plus 1 crit on your turn. Yeah. So she's kind of like the new Majesty Lord, except with limitations. Like, she's not a permanent 12k Vanguard and whatnot, but she does have another skill. It's a special counter blast 2 Jewel Knights, so you counter blast 2 Jewel Knights, and then and then you can Superior Call 1 Jewel Knight from your deck. Yeah, so it's a +1. So yeah, she's pretty good. I only run 3 because she's only a 10k Vanguard. She's only a 10k, and on the side she's quite useless. So you don't want to have too many of her. She's kind of like a... Anyway, I'll get to that later. So next I run 4 Ashleys. She's the break ride of the deck. Her break ride is when a unit rides on top of this unit. When a Royal Paladin rides on top of this card, it gets plus 10k and plus 1 crit. So it's not as good as some of the other break ride units out there, but she does combo quite well with Salome. So I don't really mind Ashley, and she's pretty hot. So yeah, but Salome still the best. Yeah, and when she attacks the Vanguard, I believe, she gets plus 2k, so it's pretty standard. She can set up a 28 column or 21 column with Marin. I'm also looking for SPs of these, so if you have any, hit me up. I think I have one in. So one person's willing to sell me one, but need 3 more. So if you have any, message me, send me an offer, or send me a message or whatever. Next, for grade 2s, I run 4 Dogmatized Jewel Knight, Sybil, I think. Her ability is Counterblast 2, Superior Call 1 Jewel Knight, Grade 1 or lower Jewel Knight from your deck, and call it to any open any rear guard circle, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, she's a +1. She's like Matcha. Except you don't have to be in the same column. I like her because she's a special counterblast. So even if you damage check your, or even if I damage check my Marins or Lamaracks, I can still use her ability, which is quite useful. Cause yeah, Salome's ability is a special counterblast, which is not very good. Well, it's not very helpful. Next, I run for frick, what's her name? Something else. Uh, anyway, she's a 12k attacker. Yeah, she's a 12k attacker. She's pretty good, especially since you can Superior Caller, so you can, you know, always replace your 12k attackers when they die. Yeah, oh, her name was Tracy, by the way. Yeah, I remember. Tracy. So, yeah, and you can set up those 19k columns to attack your opponent's rear guard, and it'll be pretty annoying because a lot of the times you'll be attacking your opponent's rear guard since you want to finish your opponent off while they're at 3 damage with Salome and whatnot. So next I run 3 Lamorak because there aren't enough Jewel Knights for you to run a full Jewel Knight lineup. So, you know, whatever. Have a Lamorak. I hope they make a 10k vanilla soon, but I don't think so because I don't know. They already have 2. But I don't. Yeah, it doesn't matter, I guess. Next, I run 4 of the 10k attacker. I believe her name is Sherry or something. She's pretty good. She's also pretty good because when you don't have enough attackers, you can just Superior Call her as an attacker, and you know, you're good to go. Also, you can use her to push for early game, so your opponent will hit 3 damage really early, and then you can focus on sniping out their rear guards. Yeah, that's one of my strategies. Of course, it doesn't always work out, but you know, whatever, right? Next, I run 4 Prisma. Her ability is when there are 3 or more rear guards with Jewel Knight in your name, and she's called out. So when you call out and you have 3 other Jewel Knights, for example, these 3 are on the field, and you not Vanguard, rear guard. For example, if this is Vanguard, and then you call her out, you can discard a card and draw a card. So she has like a Emerald Witch Lala effect. Yeah. So you know, it's pretty good. It's good. It's good. It's good to ditch your Salomes with her effect because you know you can always pitch it to get a live card, which I kind of like. Next, I run 4 Perfect Guards because Perfect Guards are good. And, I like the old art better, but, whatever. She's still pretty cool. She's really macho in this picture. So, not sure how I feel about that. Alright, so next I run 3 Marin. Yeah, 3 Marin is aight. You can put her behind your Ashley, and you can swim for 21 columns, or you can put it behind your Salome and get some 20 key columns. But you have to be careful how many you play, because in order for Salome to activate her effect, you have to have 4 more Jewel Knight rear guards. So it's kind of like Fromage effect, a slightly better Fromage effect, I guess, or worse. Depending how you look at it, I mean. Yeah, so 3 Marin. For the triggers, I run 8 crit. Oops. 8 crit, 4 draws, and 4 heals. A lot of people ask me why I run 8 crit, and I thought it was pretty obvious. I mean, sure, Alabaster Owls aren't, they aren't friggin' Jewel Knight triggers, but they are crits, which are very essential towards your win condition, which is to kill your opponent while they're at 3 damage. Or at least, you know, when you're playing against limit break decks, that's kind of what you do. But, you know, most decks are limit break now, so, yeah. So, you know, running these will maximize your chance of getting a critical when they're at 3 damage. So if they don't guard, they're going to die. Yeah. So, yeah. Basically, what you want to do is kill them at 3 damage. Of course, that is not always the case, but, you know, people, you know, are running the cute stand trigger. I'm not really a fan of it. It's not that great, but, you know, whatever. So yeah, that's my Jewel Knight deck. It's probably like one of my favorite decks now. You know, alongside Pale Moon, Royal Paladins, bumped back to first place. Yeah, mainly because Jewel Knights are hot, and they're pretty decent. Like competitive wise, I know I really like Sarah because, you know, she's hot, but this deck is much better than her deck, than Sarah in my opinion. Well, you know, not sure. Well, whatever. Anyway, yeah, that's it for today, guys. Cardhaku signing out.